Hi guys, 2025 is fast approaching. Hooray! I can't wait to cross over to the new year, new beginning. And I believe that we are all preparing ourselves with our dream, our visions, aspirations, ambition to cross over to the coming year 2025. Personally, I am convinced that the coming year 2025 is going to be a good year for all of us. Having said that, it is also expedient that we take pragmatic steps or action to ensure that whatever dreams or vision, aspiration, ambitions we have for the coming year 2025 will come to fruition or reality. I am a firm believer that things or success don't happen by chance, but by deliberate conscious effort. And therefore, if the coming year 2025 is going to be a good year for you, I believe that there are certain things that we need to be aware of. We have to put them under constant surveillance, monitor them, and do our best possible to avoid them. And I believe as we do this, it will help us to embrace our success in the coming year 2025. So please permit me to share with you briefly 10 elements that I personally believe that they are antagonists to our vision, dream, aspirations, in life. And therefore, we need to put these 10 elements under constant surveillance, both spiritual and physical, monitor them and do our best possible to avoid them. So without wasting any further time, let's dive into these 10 elements. Number one is fear. In the coming year 2025, if you are going to see the reality of your dream, then one thing that you should do your best possible to avoid is fear. Fear simply means the feeling of failure. You feel like I am going to fail if I try. Okay, and what it does is that it makes you step back instead of moving forward. That is what fear does. So it is one of the greatest antagonists to your dream, your visions, your success. And in the coming year 2025, if you are going to succeed, if you are going to enjoy, if you are going to embrace the reality of your dream, then one of the things you should avoid, monitor, and make sure that you take total control over is fear. 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 7 says that for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound judgment. You don't have that spirit. Fear will come in to make you step back instead of moving forward. Number two, you need to monitor and avoid procrastination. Procrastination is the art of delaying or postponing tasks or actions that need to be accomplished. Basically, what procrastination does is it deceives you to believe that you have more time. Procrastination will tell you, oh, don't worry, I will do it next week. And then it will tell you next week, oh, I will do it the following week. Oh, I will do it by the end of the month. Okay, I will do it by the end of the year. That is what procrastination does. It deceives you to believe that you have all the time in the world at hand, whilst in reality, you don't. One thing we should all be aware of when it comes to procrastination is that if you don't do it today, if you don't take the opportunity to do it today, it might cost you more to do it tomorrow, or possibly the opportunity might not be there for you to do it. So if you really want to embrace the reality of your dream in the coming year 2024, please do your best possible to avoid procrastination, because it is one of the greatest antagonists to your dream. Number three is indecision. Indecision is one of the enemies. Indecision simply means you have decided not to decide. Okay, that is the inability to decide what you want in life, whether you are moving left or you are moving right. You are not able to decide. Most people failed in the year 2024, not because the opportunity, were not there for them, but it's just because they couldn't actually decide whether they are moving left or right. In the coming year, you have to have definite chief aim. You need to decide what you want for your life, whether if you want to marry, whether if you want a new career, whether if you want to go to university, whether if you want to start a new business. You need to decide, because where there is a will, there is a way. Okay, so if you fail to decide, it means that you have no direction of travel, and therefore it will be very difficult for you to see the reality of your dream. So do your best possible to monitor indecision and try to avoid it at all costs if you want to embrace success in the coming year 2025. Number 4 is inaction. Inaction simply means failure to do what is required to achieve an expected outcome. Okay, so there is a saying that talk is cheap. There are some people, all that they know is to talk. They will say big things. I will do this, I will do that, I will do that. But what brings those things into reality is action. As a matter of fact, the Bible exhorts us clearly in the book of James. It says that just as a body without a spirit is dead, so also faith without works is dead. In other words, it doesn't matter what you say and what you want to achieve. Without action, there's no way out you see the reality of your dream. I want to bring this to your attention. You see, God does not answer our prayer according to faith whilst we are talking. Okay, stop deceiving yourself that God will answer your prayer according to faith whilst we are talking or whilst we are praying. God answers our prayer according to faith whilst we are working. And that is why I said, just as a body without spirit is dead, so also faith without works is dead. So inaction is one of the antagonists that will set you back from achieving your dream in the coming year 2025. So if there's anything you need to put under constant surveillance or monitor and avoid, one of them should be inaction. You have to take action to succeed. Number 5, lack of self-confidence. Okay, this is also known as imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is when you start questioning your own ability, when you question what you are capable of doing. You lack confidence in yourself. You don't believe that you can do it. Lack of self-confidence simply says that others are better off than me. I can't do it. Others can do it better than you. But the scripture says clearly that you are wonderfully and fearfully made. And Bible says that everything is possible to them that believe. So if you have faith and confidence in yourself and you have faith in God, nothing becomes impossible for you. Lack of self-confidence places limitation on you. In other words, you are saying that this is how far I can go. I can't go beyond this. Okay, so if there is anything you want to monitor and avoid in the coming year 2025 in order to achieve your dream, then it is lack of confidence. You need to build that confidence in yourself and believe that with God, all things are possible. Number 6, fear of criticism. Some people are so much afraid of public opinion. This is what fear of criticism is. This is when you allow your life to be controlled by people's opinion to decide what is best for you. That is what fear of criticism is all about. In other words, you allow public opinion to control your life. Okay, so you are afraid that if you do it, what are people going to say? Listen, this is the fact. No matter what you do in this life, people will talk. Whether good or bad, people will talk. What I will encourage you to pay attention to is constructive criticism. Okay, but don't allow just any criticism, general criticism, to pin you down because somebody is saying this about me and that and that and that and that. Pay attention to constructive criticism and ask yourself, how can I make things better? But don't allow just the negative comments to pin you down or to pull you back from achieving your dream. So fear of criticism is one of the element or antagonists you need to put under constant surveillance or monitor and do your best possible to avoid in the coming year 2025 if you want to see the reality of your dream. Number 6, lack of persistency and consistency. Persistency is the ability to keep going regardless the challenge, obstacles, or failure. Persistency calls for determination. So you have to be persistent and consistent in the coming year if you are going to succeed. Sometimes you will fail, but you have to try it again and again and again and again and again until you succeed. Okay, that is what persistency and consistency is all about. But if you lack that, you try it today, you fail, and you feel like, oh, I'm tired, I'm not going to do it anymore, you will never live to see the reality of your dream. So if there is anything you have to avoid, then it should be lack of persistency and consistency. You have to be persistent in what you are doing and consistent until you see the end result or the better outcome of your dream. And that calls for determination. Determination is another subject we will look at, in some other time. And then let's talk about number 8. Number 8 is unhealthy competition. This is very interesting. I think this is one of the common problem facing many people. Unhealthy competition. Unhealthy competition is living your life to impress others. Okay, in other words, it's like the feeling of I want to be better than you at all costs. Okay, so you force yourself to get things that you are not ready for because you are comparing yourself to sister A or brother B and all that. You want to prove a point to who? Just be yourself. Don't try to prove a point to anyone. Okay, because you don't understand what people do to make the difference in their lives. This is very important. So unhealthy competition is the ambition to bring others down to stay on top. It's a very bad thing. Unhealthy competition stems from inferiority complex. In other words, you feel so inferior of yourself and you always want to do something to prove a point so that people can accept you. No, don't do that. Okay, that will cost you, more. That has the potential to destroy you. So I will encourage you that try to put unhealthy competition under constant surveillance and do your best possible to avoid unhealthy competition in the coming year 2025. Be yourself. If this is what you want and you feel like this is what I can afford, don't look at what somebody is doing and compare yourself to the person and come to conclusion that I must get it at all costs. Unhealthy competition is deadly. It's a dangerous thing. And I will encourage you to avoid that in the coming year 2025. One thing unhealthy competition does is it makes you waste resources for nothing. Okay. And then number 9, jealousy and greed. Avoid jealousy and greed. Be happy for people when they break through. When you see your brother doing well, congratulate them wholly from your heart. Wish them well. Okay, jealousy is the ill feelings about people's success. So you are just jealous that he has broken through. You are just jealous that he's doing well. Bible says that do unto others as you expect others to do unto you. So if you are happy about your brother's success, indirectly you are calling for the same success to come into your life, or you are opening, the door. Jealousy is wanting what others have. That is bad. The desire to be better than others, to humiliate them. That is what jealousy is all about. So you are just jealous that they have and you don't have. And it's like all the time what you say to yourself is that it should have been me and not them. I deserve better than them. Okay, you don't deserve better than anyone on this earth. You only get what you want and what you fight for. Okay, so avoid jealousy. It is unhealthy. It is one of the unhealthy elements that will deter you from seeing the reality of your dream. And then greed. Greed is the desire to have all, leaving others wanting. That is greed. I want to have all. Okay, you keep everything to yourself. You want others to suffer. Greed says that I know the way, but I won't show you because I don't want you to become like me. I don't want people to become like me. I always want to stay there. That is not good. Okay, it is self-centered without caring about the needs of others. That is what greed is. You centered, on yourself alone. You focus on yourself alone, and you don't really care what others go through, to make it in life. That is bad. Now, let me share something profound from the scriptures, with you in connection with jealousy and greed. Luke 12:15. This is what Jesus said. Then he said unto them, watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. You see, a man's life does not consist on the abundance of his possession. Okay, so greed leads you to nowhere. You have it today, tomorrow you can lose it, or you are no more tomorrow. So avoid greed and jealousy in the coming year 2025, and you will be happy and you will do well. Bible says that the little that the righteous man has is better than the plenty of the ungodly. Be happy and enjoy the little you have. Don't be jealous of others, because you have no idea what they do to make the difference in their lives. And then the last one is lack of motivation. Lack of motivation is allowing the present circumstances, such as ordeal, predicaments, and life challenges, to daunt your hope. Okay, you lack that motivation because of probably what you are going through. I'm not saying that we are not going to face storms and challenges in the coming year 2025. I'm convinced that it's a good year, but I also believe that the storms will brew, challenges will come. But our determination, persistence, consistency will determine whether if we overcome that challenge or not. And that is where we need motivation. So in the coming year, no matter how life looks at or whatever life will throw at you, please motivate yourself. Bible says in 1 Samuel chapter 30 verse 6, and David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and for his daughters. But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. David encouraged himself. There's going to be a time in your life in the coming year where nobody will be there to encourage you, and you will have to encourage yourself. So lack of motivation is one thing that will bring you down and deter you from seeing the reality of your dream if you don't pay good attention to it. So I would definitely encourage you to monitor lack of motivation and pay attention to it, and do your best possible to avoid it at all costs. Thank you so much. These are the 10 things I feel like I should share with you, prepare you for the coming year 2025. And I believe that it will put you in a better position spiritually, physically, psychologically, as we prepare ourselves to enter the coming year 2025. I wish you all the best of success, and I hope that the 2025 welcome us with victory, and we will move from victory onto victory. God bless you. Bye-bye.